Boom shakalaka. Ooh, Bitcoin's going to $25,000. Yikes. Why I am not scared and where Bitcoin will likely end up in today's episode. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video we're talking about a frightening scenario brought about by this 4chan post where Bitcoin could likely be going to $25,000 price target. I'm going to take a look today at the likely price targets for Bitcoin, why I'm not scared about this $25,000 Bitcoin, and some really good news if you stay tuned till the end. Now, before we get into that, guys, make sure to head over to Twitter. Join us there at the Crypto Love, where every Friday we give away one of these sweet shirts. Also, today's episode is sponsored by PolyReflect, an ERC-20 compliant smart contract designed for deployment on any Ethereum-like blockchain. This project is based on Polygon, aka Matic, and allows you to passively yield by splitting a fee from every PRF transaction according to your stake size. Pre-sale starts May 22nd, 1900 hours UTC, and the token will be tradable on Uniswap. You can find out more at polyreflect.finance and in the Telegram channel t.me/polyreflect. Now today, recently, everyone is talking about this posting on 4chan. Insider again, long day. I'm on approximately 2 hours of sleep. A lot has happened, which I cannot discuss here, but here's what I can tell you. Right now, we're going short on Bitcoin. 25,000 is the current target. We're still trying to knock a certain player out, and not Tom Brady. This time, I cannot give you the exact time frame of all sell-off, but things will start getting interesting around 7 a.m. UTC. Expect a gradual drop to 35,000 in a triangle pattern before things really start going downhill. Bobo in the Twitter handle at midnight for further verification. Now, this follows previous posts where they say, hey guys, insider here. For those of you who are not busy moo bobo larping and paying attention, there'll be another announcement from China soon. Picture is semi-related. Can't tell you guys what firm I work for, but it's massive and it's working with the PRC. The purpose of today's press release alongside with the FUD is going to get Bitcoin as low as I can get it before 7 a.m. UTC. First, will be a coordinated sell-off to the prices below a certain threshold to liquidate one stakeholder. Can't say outright, but he bought a lot the last dip and he's partially responsible for. Once liquidated, the plan is to buy up all the reserves and essentially leave him bankrupted. If you guys want to get ready to grab some coffee and watch a big dip, once it happens, we're going to get things really fast. That's all. So that happened. Then we had the first major dip, and during that major dip, they said, hey, I'm the insider you seek. You don't have much time. Everything's going according to plan. And now that person, anonymous on here, says, hey, it's going to happen again. Not only that, but we're going to put Bitcoin down to $35,000 in a triangle, and then from there it's going to drop down to $25,000. Why am I not concerned? Well, first thing is, if we take a look, and I'm not an expert on how 4chan works, but we have an anonymous ID right here with 6 posts. We have an anonymous ID, different ID here, but with 3 posts, an anonymous ID, different one here with 3 posts as well. This could potentially be one of the oldest stock trading scams ever performed, where basically somebody sends out 100 things. 50 say the price is going up, 50 say the price is going down. Then whichever the price does, like let's say the price goes down, then out of that 50 they send out 25 saying, hey, it's going up, 25 saying it's going down. And whichever one happens, let's say it goes down again, of that they send out 12 that say it's going up, 12 that say it's going down. And then after that they say, hey, I've been right 3 times already. Why don't you 12 people invest with me now? This could potentially be what's going on right here. Potentially. But if it's not, we have to consider what's going on with Bitcoin. There's a lot of fear in the market. There hasn't been this much fear in the market in a long, long time. And basically since April 14th when we had the top, Bitcoin's just been heading downhill. And especially since around May 10th, it's been like a straight shot down to this line right here, which is a very crucial white line. If you trace it all the way back, it goes back to the beginning of this bull market back in October, and we're hovering right around there. If we break underneath there, could be the end of this bull market, at least for a while. But I'm not concerned, and here's why. There's a lot of things that we need to take a look at. So first off, we need to take a look at some potential areas where Bitcoin price could go. So this first red line I had here a while ago, I said, hey, this is like 40% off the top. If it gets here, it's concerning because most of the time in bull runs, the price doesn't drop 40%. So we already broke that, okay? We broke that line. And as a matter of fact, it hit this target from the head and shoulders that we had right here. We took this, the length of the head, down from there, and guess what? Hit right there, right around $28,000 to $30,000. Boom, bounced right off of there. But there are some other price areas where Bitcoin price could hit, and it may not, but it also may, because there's nothing stopping Bitcoin price from going down, because it reflects the fear of the market. It doesn't actually reflect the value of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's always been worth one Bitcoin, but the fear of the market causes the price to crash. So let's take a look at some other price levels. Well, there's the $25,000 price level that they're talking about here on 4chan. That's a potential area. There's also the average price that MicroStrategy has bought a Bitcoin at, which is right now $24,500. So there's that as well. There's also the last top, $20,000 in the 2017-2018 peak. And after that, there's around $12,500, which is when we have it on daily, you can see here this blue line, which is the 200 weekly moving average right there. And that's right around $12,500. Bitcoin has never broken through there. So at the very bottom, could go down to $12,500-ish. But let's hope not, because there's a lot of good stuff going on for Bitcoin despite all the recent FUD. And this FUD about China, like literally all the time, China's like the boy who cried wolf. They banned Bitcoin over and over and over again. They're the boy who banned Bitcoin. Guess what? China also banned Google and YouTube, and they're still doing pretty darn good. So I wouldn't worry too much about that China ban. But what we do have going on right now is Bitcoin's in a death cross. And as we can see here, when the bottom is in a death cross, it happened a couple times, and then we had the bottom in here and here, and the bottom not in here. So basically with a death cross and the bottom not in, price goes down. But when the bottom's in, price goes up with a death cross. So is the bottom in or not? We don't actually know. But if we take a look at this trend channel here, the bottom of the trend channel from right where we are is hovering right around that 200 weekly moving average, right around $13,000. So that would be what I would consider somewhat of a firmish bottom. And furthermore, if we take a look at the Bitcoin throughout the history, and we take a look at the difference from bottom to bottom, we had a 77x difference from bottom here in 2011 to bottom here in 2015. And then we had an 18x from 2015 to 2018. Well, on that same decreasing amount, which is 4.2%, if we divide 18 by 4.2, we get roughly 4, which would put us roughly at right around $12,000 bottom. So a lot of stuff is saying, hey, $12,000 bottom. Is this bad? It could be. Depends where you bought Bitcoin. But another thing that I do want to point out is if that were to happen, Bitcoin would have to do something it's never done in its entire 10-year history. And that would actually have to be crashing below a previous all-time high after it broke through there. If we take a look, when it broke through here, it never came back to that all-time high, never again. And again, when it broke through this previous all-time high, it never came back there again. So if Bitcoin was to go down to that $12,000 area, it would have to do something brand new that is never done before. And I think that is unlikely. Now, a lot of people want to know, is this the end of the bull market? And honestly, last week with all the Dogecoin stuff, that felt very similar to a top. And if you want to know all the reasons why, you could check out this video that I made all about it right here. But I was never around during this double top. I wasn't in Bitcoin back in 2013, 2014. So I don't know what a double top feels like. All I know what a single top feels like. And potentially this could be the same exact feeling. So when I haven't been around that long, I like to ask experts who have been around that long to see what they think. And so I asked Willy Woo, and he has a really nice thing here that he posted on his Twitter. You can read the whole entire thing. He talks about exactly what's happening, but I'm just going to kind of go down towards the middle here. Are we in a bull market? Long-range macro indicators like NVT are very healthy. That remains unchanged. So yes, this is not a mania top, which all Bitcoin bull markets end in. Prices below fundamentals, not above it. We're still halfway. So he's still very optimistic about what's going on. He talks further. He says, hey, it's the newish whales that dumped out. Retail bought in a chunk of the dip. Coins getting more distributed. As a matter of fact, new users seen on the network have actually increased markedly since Elon tweeted at $55,000. So these are all looking really good. The organic valuation, NVT price, coins are extremely cheap right now. So now's a great time for people looking to buy. The big question is whether we have a faster V-shaped recovery or a longer sideways band of reaccumulation. Either way, he thinks time will it'll take time for the tidal wave of coins that were dumped in the last few weeks to be reaccumulated. So most likely going to take a little bit of time, but he's not the only one who is very bullish, even though there is a ton of fear manipulating the market right now. If we take a look at this guy, Mike McGlone from Bloomberg Intelligence, you can see here senior commodity strategist. He says Bitcoin's advantage versus equities, a discounted bull market. The May 19th decline of virtually all assets on the back of Bitcoin showed the crypto has entered the mainstream with potential outcomes tilted in its favor. So everything is looking good on the long scale for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And if you want the best news ever, I mean, Gene Simmons here, he's not telling you guys what to do. He's not a financial advisor. He's simply letting you know that he invested heavily during this crypto dip. Does he think it'll recover? Yes, big time. That's why he's investing heavily, but always do your own research. So if Gene Simmons believes it's not the bottom and we're not going into a bear market, then I think the rest of us can too. So if you did enjoy that episode, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove, where you can win one of these shirts, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.